Hey guys, show you a little hack I use when I'm restoring tractors. A little machining tip. These little tractors, this is an elbow. It's an antifreeze elbow. It comes off the block and connects down to the radiator. Takes water out of the block and through the radiator. So with this connects to the block, and when I was going to put it back on, it was all brown, really scaly and rusty. So we want to clean that up. Now, on these old tractors, you don't have to make it, 100% perfectly clean, but you want to try to get it relatively flat because you're putting this thing, back on the tractor, and you want it to stay as flat as possible so when you put the gasket on, it won't leak. So what I did was I took a right angle grinder with a sanding disc on it. I think it's an 80 grit sanding disc, and I cleaned it all off. I ground it all down, all the way down, or not all the way down. I got most of it off. I didn't get it down into the deep pits. You don't want to take it all off because the more you do that, the more work it's going to be. But you want to make sure that there's at least silver all the way around here. The silver is what's going to seal. The brown is probably it's not going to seal. Water's going to get by that. So you take the grinder, clean it off as best you can. And then what I do is, when I worked at the international dealer, we had a piece of glass with a piece of 80 grit sandpaper on it. And you go like this. You scrape it on that sandpaper was fastened to the glass, and you get a nice read on how flat it is. So if you don't have a machine shop, this is the next best thing. So you pull it up, and you see where the texture has changed, where it hits the sandpaper. And then you hit that with a grinder, not heavy, just take a little bit off, and hit it again. Pick it back up, hit it again with the grinder, find the spots that are, changed with the texture, and then hit it again. Now, if you don't want to make, if you don't have a piece of glass laying around or whatever, or, a piece of sandpaper, you can use concrete. Now, if you put it on the floor, now the concrete has to be, pretty rough. It can't be sealed. Otherwise, if it's sealed, it'd be too smooth and it won't take anything off. You won't get anywhere. But if you find some concrete that's not sealed, like, foot pavers or an old piece of, concrete that was laid out in the barn or in the shop or something like that, and it's not sealed, you can, get this on the floor, find a flattest spot as you possibly can, and then hit that, swirl it around, making sure it's a good even, hit on there, swirl it around, flip it back up, make sure, where the texture is changed again, and then hit it with a grinder, just a little bit, take the high spots off, hit it again until you get a nice even thing. Now, as you can see, this is good enough. I'm not going to try and take all the brown out of it. We can leave some of the brown, it's not a big deal. I'm going to use some silicone and a gasket, so it'll work. I'm just making it just a better surface area for you to, to mate, so that there's less possibility of leakage. So anyway, like, subscribe, and hope this helps you out, and comment if you have a better idea or whatever. Like I said, this is you do this in lieu of going to the machine shop, and you don't have to have everything machined. A tractor's very tolerable. So, as long as you get it nice, like I said, fairly nice and shiny, you'll get a pretty good seal, and in this case, we'll keep the antifreeze in. So, good luck.